Welcome to the Orlando Sun Resort, right outside of Walt Disney World, Florida. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Welcome to Orlando. Little vacation time. Head out to Disney World, get you a nice hotel room, chill out with me at the Sun Resort and Convention Center. I'm going to do things a little different on this video. About halfway through, we'll cut in and do the narration with the historical facts and everything like I usually would. But for the first few minutes of this video, I'm just going to chat with y'all as I get ready for work, man. I got to go. It's 4:30 a.m. Time to go make that dollar. I ain't figured out how to get rich off YouTube yet. But anyway, so yes, this is the Sun Resort outside of Disney World in Orlando. And it, as you can see, is in what you might want to call a state of disrepair, neglect. It is a massive property as far as hotels go. One of the cooler places I'd say I've seen. I'd give it top 10 maybe. Probably, yeah, it would definitely make top 10. Unreal walking around it because you would think, as beautiful as everything is around this area, that this wouldn't be in this bad a shape, but it's crazy. Like right now in the video, there's a guy sleeping in the corner over there. Not saying he's a bad guy or anything. You might just be catching that, but some of these guys out here is just straight brazen, dude. There's you'll see a generator sitting on a buggy. There's a brand new shop work light that somebody's got set up in one of the buildings. A couple U-Haul trucks on the property, man. I mean, they ain't playing. They just come in here like brazen as all get out. Like, wait, we're gonna cut the copper out. If you stick around to the very end of this video, you'll see me get freaked out because this guy's got an encampment. Like he brought a camper in this place, went in the very back by the water treatment area. Excuse me, by the water treatment area, set up, and I'm scootering back there like do. All of a sudden I'm like, oh god, there's a dog, and man, I thought my little bell was gonna scare it off, but I don't know. I guess it worked. I still got my leg, so he didn't eat me. There's also, man, talk about making use or reusing something that's some people consider trash, making it something cool. Shout out to FPV Cruise off of TikTok. Met him out there, and he showed me his first person view drone. And man, if you ain't never seen it, that guy's a killer, man. You ought to check him out on TikTok. FPV CRUZ, I think it is. But worth checking out, man. That dude does some crazy tricks and flips all through the roofs and down the stairways. And I couldn't, man. I was impressed. Worth checking out for sure. Kind of a cool reuse for a place nobody wants anymore. Quick safety note: I do not recommend just walking into places like this if you've never dealt with like construction, anything like that. Know what to kind of look for, like that piece of metal right there that could just catch your eye. That'd be bad. Plus, you never know, man. The ceilings can fall in, and are a lot of the times just waiting on that extra 100 pounds to step off on it. To collapse. Roofs collapse, floors collapse. Surprisingly, I'll say people usually aren't an issue. I've never really had any issues with people. Most people are minding their own business, whether they're doing something right, doing something wrong. I mean, that's indifferent. But safety-wise, never had any problems like that. Kind of blows my mind how this place is set empty for as long as it has. And everything around it is developed, redeveloped, redeveloped. And Disney World's kicking. I mean, all up and alive, and then just ducked right there off the freaking exit. It's just like a third world. It's crazy. Be a badass place to place. Be a badass place to play some paintball. Out onto the rooftop. Anyways, guys, sorry the voice over and everything's kind of thrown together on this. I'm trying to get better with it, but hey, got to go to work, man. I'm gone 5 days a week. 2 days a week ain't very long to be able to edit videos, explore, do research on the deep investigations I'm doing right now for the channel, and actually get content out the door. So, like I said, I'm recording this for y'all at 4:30 in the morning, right before I'm about to walk out the door. So I hope y'all enjoy it. Hope to catch up with y'all soon. Cajun Decay, man. If you like, subscribe, follow, check me out everywhere. Today we're at the former Orlando Sun Resort and Convention Center in Kissimmee, Florida. And if you've ever driven down this stretch near Disney, there's a good chance you've seen this place without even knowing what you were looking at. It sits right near I-4 and US 192 in one of the busiest tourism corridors in the entire country. Millions of people pass through this area chasing Disney, resorts, restaurants, gift shops, dinner shows, and vacation memories. And sitting right in the middle of all that movement is this massive abandoned resort. Or at least what's left of it. This place wasn't built to be forgotten. It wasn't some little roadside motel that slowly gave up because the ice machine died and nobody cared to fix it. This was a major resort and convention center, built during one of the biggest tourism booms Florida has ever seen. To understand why this place exists, you have to go back to the early 1970s. Walt Disney World opened in 1971, and almost overnight Central Florida changed. Land that had been quiet, rural, or underdeveloped suddenly became extremely valuable. Everybody wanted a piece of the new Disney economy. Hotels, motels, restaurants, souvenir shops, dinner attractions, and roadside businesses started filling in around the edges. Back then, Disney did not have nearly the same number of on-property hotels that it has today. So if you were visiting the Magic Kingdom, chances are you were staying somewhere outside the gates. That made places like Kissimmee and the US 192 corridor incredibly important. This resort was part of the first wave. The property was originally connected to the Hyatt Orlando Corporation, a group that had big plans for the site. And when I say big, I mean Florida big. Tourism boom big. Let's build a giant attraction before we fully understand the consequences big. There were plans for thousands of rooms, restaurants, a convention center, and even an observation tower that would have given visitors a view of Disney. The tower, though, it was never built. The early 1970s were not exactly gentle or ambitious real estate projects. The property ran into financial trouble early, and Hyatt eventually took over and finished the resort. It opened in 1972 as the Hyatt Orlando Resort. At that time, it was a huge deal. A massive resort close to Disney with a convention center, pools, restaurants, and space to handle the kind of tourist traffic Central Florida was suddenly seeing. It was modern, futuristic, and designed for the era. But Florida was selling itself as the future with palm trees. But for a while, this place worked. It caught the wave at the right time. Disney was growing, families were coming, convention traffic was useful. Kissimmee was turning into one of the long strip of tourism. This resort was not some random building on the edge of town. It was part of the machine that helped make Disney. But the same tourism machine that helped build this place eventually helped kill it. By the 1990s, Disney had changed the game. started building more of its own hotels, more budget-friendly resorts, more modern resorts, and more ways to keep guests inside the Disney bubble. If you could stay on Disney property, use Disney transportation, and remain inside the controlled vacation environment, well, I stay out here on 192. That shift hurt a lot of older Kissimmee hotels. The corridor that once supported Disney started getting bypassed by Disney. That's a cruel little twist. These outside hotels helped carry the early demand, and then once the bigger system matured, a lot of them became leftovers. Then came more problems. As the property aged, competition increased. Tourist expectations changed. What looked futuristic in 1972 started looking tired a decade later. Travelers wanted newer rooms, cleaner amenities, better branding, and easier access. The old resort model was getting squeezed. Then after September 11th, 2001, the travel industry took a major hit. People started flying less. Tourism slowed down. Central Florida felt it. Older hotels that were already struggling suddenly had even less room to survive. By the early 2000s, the Hyatt era was basically over. The resort shut down in 2003.
About the state of this building.
And from there, the property started entering that weird half-life that a lot of abandoned buildings do. Not fully dead, not really healthy either. Kind of like your Uncle Merle. It changed hands. It was purchased. There were plans to repurpose it. There were ideas about condos, redevelopment. In 2007, the site reopened as the Orlando Sun Resort and Convention Center. But reopening a dying resort is not the same thing as saving it. Because you can change the name, you can put new furniture in it, you can pressure wash the sidewalk, slap a new sign on the entrance, and pretend the past has been handled. But if the bones of the property are outdated, management is bad, reviews are ugly, and the market has already moved on, you're not really reviving anything. You're just delaying the obituary.
Yeah, human resources.
Reports and old reviews from the period point to the same basic problems. Maintenance issues, mold complaints, stagnant pools, outdated rooms, and a property that felt like it was too large and too far gone for the money being put into it. And that's how these places fail.
Oh, hey, puppy. I'm sorry. It's okay, puppy. Fuck that.
That's not old. Fucking